Great Brink's Robbery, America's Astonishing Heist. Boston, January 17, 1950. A cold winter night, the city sleeping. But beneath the quiet exterior, 11 men toiled in the shadows, driven by greed and ambition. In less than 35 minutes, they would pull off the most elaborately planned heist in U.S. history, vanishing with over $30 million in today's dollars. This is the story of the Great Brink's Robbery, a crime so bold it impressed Hollywood, a robbery so flawless it seemed impenetrable, until a vendetta by one man brought it all crashing down. The mastermind and his crew. The Brinks building in Boston during the 1940s was a fortress, a vault with millions of dollars in cash, checks, and valuables. To get inside was impossible for most. However, Anthony Pino, a small-time hood with big dreams, saw a chance. By 1947, Pino had been casing the building for months. He knew he could not do it alone. He recruited Joseph "Big Joe" McGinnis, a reputed underworld tough guy, and Joseph "Specs" O'Keefe, an experienced enforcer. Getaway drivers, lookouts, and muscle rounded out the crew each man chose for his expertise in the perfect crime. The perfect plan. They worked for 2 years planning. They read timetables, memorized the guard's rotation, even noted when lights flashed. Their biggest obstacle? The vault was on the second floor, behind 5 locked doors. Undeterred, Pino's crew staged a series of daring dry runs. They would break in after hours, stealing lock cylinders to copy, then replace them without a trace. They even stole a 1949 green Ford truck, their getaway vehicle, and practiced their route until it was second nature. Their disguises were elaborate navy peacoats, gloves, chauffeurs' caps, and rubber Halloween masks that distorted their identities. The night of the heist on January 17, 1950, the gang met in Roxbury, piled into a truck, and drove to Brink's. Inside, they moved through it like phantoms, knocking employees to the floor, binding their hands, gagging their mouths. In 35 minutes, they emptied the vault. $1.5 million, over $30 million today. Then they vanished. The perfect crime, until it wasn't. The FBI swept in, but leads were scarce. A discarded mask, a hat, a gun found rusting in a river. Witnesses caught a glimpse of a green truck, but without tangible proof, the case stalled. The gang had a single rule: lie low for 6 years, the Massachusetts statute of limitations for robbery. If they remained silent, the money was theirs for life. But greed and betrayal brewed. The unraveling. Specs O'Keefe couldn't stay out of trouble. Arrested for another break-in, he began shaking down the crew to help pay for his legal expenses. When they refused, he turned violent, kidnapping Pino's brother-in-law for ransom. The crew had had enough. 2 attempts on his life left O'Keefe wounded but alive. Realizing that his former partners wanted him dead, he made a choice. He spoke. The betrayal. On January 6, 1956, only 11 days before the statute expired, O'Keefe met with the FBI. All right, what do you want to know? Within a week, Pino, McGinnis, and the rest were arrested. The trial was swift. All were given life in prison, except O'Keefe, who served just 4 years for his cooperation. The missing millions. Of the $1.5 million stolen, only $58,000 was ever recovered. Some of it rotting in a hidden wall space. The remainder, gone forever. To this day, the Brink's heist remains one of America's most famous unsolved mysteries. Was the cash spent, buried, or did one man get away with it all? One thing's certain: greed destroys even the best laid plans.